Yeah, we's here.
We
What's
in the
going?
house.
We in the house. That's right. How y'all doing, everybody? Hey, we are here. DJ Ronald Smith. Yes, Miss Simone Henry, Enrico Gibson. What's going on, y'all? Hey, what's good?
Another
Hey,
Thursday. Another Thursday. What's good?
yeah,
It's
happy
another
Thursday.
Thursday.
It's
Happy
been a busy
Thursday.
week.
Yes, yes. I call this weekend's Eve or something
Right?
because I consider Friday the weekend. Exactly, man. So hope everybody's doing well out there. Hey, Mary, how you doing?
Hey,
Hey,
Mary.
thanks so much
What's up,
for
Mary?
joining us. Yes. Yes, we thank God for you, Mary, and everyone else out there, all our faithful listeners. Thank you all so much. I mean, viewers. I mean, see, I think I'm on the radio and stuff. Thing. But yes, we are the music industry makeover, and we're here to help give great marketing tips and information out there to artists who are trying to pursue their music ministry per se, or just their music career. All right,
Yeah.
and the principles that we give, we mainly try to work with the more so Christian artists and things like that, but this process can work with either secular as well. So it's all the music industry, whether it's gospel or not. So,
Right.
I always
yeah.
say the tips and
Hey,
the
Liz, how you
information that I
doing?
send out, um,
Uh huh.
any
Hey,
artist
Liz.
can use it, but I'm only working with the
Thanks,
Christian
Liz.
ones.
Right.
Right,
Right.
exactly. Yes, yes. Our
Anybody can
agenda.
use the tips that we give in social media, but
Right?
the artists that we kind of work with and those get into the kingdom, that are trying to
Absolutely.
expand their platform.
Right,
We wanna build the kingdom with you.
Right.
Trying
exactly.
Amen.
to tear down the kingdom. Well, you on your own.
And I realize a
Right.
lot of people, man, don't like that, and because people say, man, why you just gonna do stuff with Chris? Like, the world, man, it has so many platforms, they have so many avenues, but we don't really have avenues in the church, man, to kind of help the artist, man, go to that next level, and that's kind of what we want to do. We want to work in a niche, that I feel that needs our help the most. I don't think the world needs, because there's so many resources musically. I'm not
Right.
talking about soul wise. I'm just talking about musically. There are a lot of resources, in mainstream to where we are underground, a lot of artists don't have. They don't know about.
Hey, Sheila.
A lot of people
What?
are still, technically challenged, I guess. So that's why
Exactly.
we're here. We want to try to be a blessing, man.
Yes. Want to say shout out to Sheila and Liz. Thank y'all so much for tuning in and things. But hey, make sure you guys share this out. All right, share this out and things because we're gonna be talking about some great information and also maybe a little bit controversial issues here and there. But it is what it is. It's all we all tie it back into marketing and promotions and
Right.
so yeah, that's what we do. And make sure you visit our page. Yes, we do have a music industry makeover page on Facebook. All right, and then also go check out our our website, musicindustrymakeover.com. What's up, Stacy? How you doing? Yes, hey, I see you enjoying your vacation up there in Georgia, Stone Mountain, whatever. Hey,
Oh,
yeah.
Stone Mountain. That's where my uncle lives.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Say hey to the fam while you're up there.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, awesome. So yes, we're gonna be talking about music industry related topics and things. Okay, so um, as you all know, it's all about marketing, and you have to put yourself out there and market as much as possible. Hey, Jim, how you doing? Christ Like Radio. Hey, congrats on the new change as well, and also you becoming a math teacher. God bless, Jim Connor. All right.
Yeah.
And
Congrats.
Congratulations, Jim.
Congratulations, man.
exactly. Exactly. So, yeah. So, and we encourage your questions and comments, and hopefully we can get to them. So, if we don't, charge it to the head, not the heart. All right. So, we encourage all your questions and things. So, okay. So let's get right into it. All right. Let's get right into it. Simone, do you have our first list of first agenda?
Oh, well, let's see. First up,
Yeah.
Katy Perry.
Katy, whoo,
Uh
boy,
huh.
yes, sir.
Now, I didn't get a
Yeah.
chance to go through this whole article,
Oh
but it
yeah.
seems like
Yeah.
there's some controversy over her song. Over her song, what's it? Joyful Noise?
Right. Well, Dark Horse
Dark
was her
horse,
song.
right?
Dark
Right.
Horse.
Right.
And
That's the one
And
she put out.
Joyful Noise is the rapper's song.
Right.
Christian hip hop artist
Christian hip
Flame,
hop
yes.
artist Flame. Yeah.
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 So here's this Christian hip hop artist. He's a niche artist. He put his music out there a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
He's gotten apparently millions of views. He's been on the Grammy Awards, been on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
His music is out there. Lots of people could
Yeah.
have heard it.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
but apparently it sounds a whole lot like Dark Horse.
Now, a lot like Dark Horse, and and the thing is that people, what I've been reading, people are mad. So you got a faction of people that are Katy Perry fans. They are mad, and they're saying, "Oh, she didn't steal the song. He didn't." And then you have the Flame followers. It's like, wait, hooray, we glad he won. And the truth of the matter, listen to this, it sounds identical. Now. The problem is, and I think this is really great for us to talk about. For the simple fact is, some people say, well, it wasn't Katy Perry's fault. Well, yes and no, right? Because in mainstream music, a lot of times the artists do not get an opportunity to choose the song that they sing on. They acquire that song by various sources. One, their manager. Your manager can feed them a song, right? Which the manager should have checked to see if it was cleared, or make sure you have paperwork on it. Two is a lot of times A&Rs on a label, because they have 7, 8, 10 producers, on staff, and that song could have came up from a producer. Then again, the A&R should have caught it. So at the end of the day, she's in the crosshairs because of her song, but really she could have not been in the loop when that song got put on for her to record. A lot of times the artists will come in, they vibe with the song in the studio, like, bam, let's get it and record it. And the argument is being, should she have known where the song come from? And see, now this is one of those a great teaching situation from being an independent artist and being a mainstream artist. When you're on a major label, a lot of times you don't have no say so. You don't get a chance to look at the checks and balances. Somebody tell you to step to the microphone, and it's your job to step to the microphone and say your lines. Go ahead, back.
Amen. Well,
that makes a lot of sense.
This is definitely going to be a big plus for the Christian hip hop artist genre, because the fact is, really, this is showing how it is a viable genre for us. It's out here, and that the world is starting to take notice. So if you as a Christian artist, you need to believe in your music, whatever it is that you put out, because you never know who is listening.
That's so true.
Her album that made $41 million. And so out of that 41 million, she basically took home, I believe it's 2.3 million.
A little bit over 3 million.
A little bit 3. Okay, so then again, she made 3 million off that song.
Right.
So
and Flame very well could make more than that 3 million, because they're looking at the total 41 million that was made.
Right. So
he's gonna be due quite a chunk of that.
And really, again, I ain't trying to be funny, but that'll probably be more money than what any Christian hip hop artist combined has ever made in the Christian hip hop.
The whole career.
Yeah,
in the whole career, pretty much. Yeah, you have to see somebody to get that much.
Bizzle making money. Bizzle making money. Bizzle got it on.
But not that kind of money.
But not 43 million.
What's up, Kevin? Hey, right. Yeah, it's just like, okay, but again, you have to sue somebody to get that kind of change, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. She basically took his, her camp, disrespected his artwork, pretty much copied. And so that's why it's so important for you to copyright your material.
Copyright your music. Copyright your songs.
Copyright.
Do it.
Copyright it.
It's really about doing your due diligence.
That's what the Bible says.
Sure, before you spend so much time and energy and sweat equity, putting the lyrics together, putting the music together. You don't want to, by the time you're done, when you're ready to put it out there, things are missing and it can be stolen. And somebody says, oh, well, I can use it. It's not copywritten. It's perfectly legal, or I don't owe you anything. I'm making
Right.
millions of dollars, multiple millions of
Right.
dollars off this, and
Take
I
me
don't
to
owe
court.
you anything.
Yeah.
It's a great tune. It's a wonderful tune, but sorry, you lost out.
Yep.
It's really about doing your due diligence and
Okay.
making sure your ducks are in a row.
All right. Nerese Perez says that she's lost.
Why are
I
you
guess
lost, Nerese? What's going on?
yeah, yeah. Definitely explain to us if you can. So yeah, we're
Yeah, we
talking
don't.
about. Go ahead. Yeah, yeah. When I say yeah, we're talking about the situation with Katy Perry and the
It's
Christian
lame.
rap artist Flame. All right, and so he won the settlement, and so I think they're going to come out, I guess either tomorrow or later on about how
Right.
much is going to be owed. Yeah, yeah. Thanks. Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Sheila. Thanks for Sheila of Radical Praise Radio and things. Thank God for her. But yeah. Again, you need to copyright your material, and also on the flip side, I will say if you have produced some music that might be copywritten and things, all right, you better make sure you get that right. Or, say happen if your song blows up, they
Mhm.
they're going to come back the same way, just like how Flame came at Katy Perry. You know,
Right. You
I
never
mean,
know.
So
And,
you know,
you know
if
what?
you're going to use another song or somebody else's song, or you're going to, change the lyrics to it, or,
right?
change a little bit of something, but kind of make it your own, make sure you get permission first.
There
I
you
met
So
an
go.
you know.
artist this last month who she didn't get permission before she put a song on. She kind of, did a remix of the song and put it on her project, but she didn't get final permission before she could do that.
Right.
And they came back and said no. So now she's got to go and do her album again.
But you know
Wow.
what? You know what? You know what? I love this scenario because it creates a great set of talking points for us to help
Hmm.
independent artists, because I think it's something that it's good. You should know, but you should be able to make your music.
Yeah.
Make your music. Make your music from scratch. Because a lot
Right.
of the music that's coming out now, because we've moved into the age of technology,
Mhm.
and a lot of the algorithms can read, especially on YouTube, a lot of different other digital platform sources. So when you take parts, and even if you use samples, these beat kits, sample kits, you have about 10, 15, 100, 200 people that may be using that same melody in that kit. And guess what?
It's not
If
something
you
you
don't, you'll put your song out, and whoever puts that song in the algorithm first, that's who's going to get credit for having that same kit. And you
Yeah.
could be using the instrument kit, and guess what? They could turn around and if they got clearance for the song, and even though you're using a beat kit, you won't be able to use your phone song, or you won't even get paid for it, because now what they tell you that if your song, if someone else has your same song, they won't allow you to monetize it. They won't allow you to monetize it. They will actually send money over to the owner of the song.
Right.
So I think it's a time now. If you're a producer, like, man, you need to be making your music, and then at the same time, stop buying these $10 beats, $15 beats. Because
Yeah,
if you
exactly.
buy a $10 or $15 beat, guess what? 100 other people got that same $10 beat, or
Right.
200.
Right.
Amen. Amen.
You
What
know,
Jim says Little Nas paid $30 for the beat Old Town Road, and
right.
But that
hey,
producer's gonna get into it. That song belongs to somebody else. You
Yeah.
know, and
uh,
so although it's one of the hardest, the most sold singles in history, where history on the Billboard chart, the
yeah,
person who actually, the original producer that actually made it, you
uh-huh.
about to get paid.
Wow, wow. Hey, amen, Sheila. The word says, "Do business as men. Do your due diligence." So now you don't have to spend extra money. Exactly.
Right.
Stop trying to skip the process. You
Absolutely.
know. You
You know,
know.
I think a
Some
lot of artists, it could just be forgetfulness. It could just be not knowing all the things that need to go into a song, or the business aspect of making sure that your song is ready to actually see the light of day.
Right.
Ready to go out to the public once you're done. Once you're done with the production, you're done mixing and mastering, you've written the song, it's a beautiful song and everything, and now you want to put it out there. But now you need to know, before you put it out there, what are the things that need to be done before it can shine in the light to make sure that you're covered and make sure that you are ready to get your revenues and that all of that stuff is taken care of. I have this resource called the album release roadmap. It's a
Mhm.
list of 26 things to do before you release your single or album, right?
Wow.
It's good to have a checklist. Go down a checklist. Do, check things off. Make sure it's all taken care of
Hmm.
before you put it out there. Because you missed something. We were just talking to an artist just now. They had put out music without it being tagged first, but without it being properly tagged. It's getting all these plays,
Mhm.
but
Hmm.
it isn't properly tagged. So now the artist isn't able to get the royalties off of that.
Mhm.
Wow. Wow.
You
But
lose
again,
out.
hey,
Don't do it on the front end.
man.
And did you know what? And I want to add a little caveat to what you said, Simone. I think in the beginning, I think a lot of artists start out being cheap, right? Because,
Right.
as a producer, I stopped leasing. I don't lease music anymore, right? And I knew this was
Okay.
going to happen with technology, right? A lot of
Uh-huh.
us knew it was going to happen because the guys selling beats
They know.
for $5, $10, you can buy 30 beats, man, for $10. But you got 100 other people buying the same beat, and say your artist like the song, it takes off. It's not even your song, right? So it's
Right.
best to get with a producer and get your music made from scratch.
Yeah.
I've had a couple people, man, that hit me up this week saying, man, I know I should have hit you later, man, or earlier, man, but I'm running into a situation. I need you to remake these tracks for me. I need music from scratch. But like now, they're loading music in,
Oh no.
and people are getting hit. So you got to stop being cheap, man. That's the reason. This is the reason why you pay for exclusives. When people say, why does exclusives cost so much money? Because it's
Because
exclusive.
it's exclusive. Exactly
It's
right.
Exclusively for
exclusive.
you.
It's
The producer,
exclusive.
you're the only person that got the song.
Yeah.
So we don't know what song is gonna be a hit, what song is gonna pop off. We just don't know. So
Yeah.
so even if you're paying $1,500 for an exclusive, man, it's worth that because you don't run into this problem. But go ahead.
Okay,
Hey,
so this whole buying beats thing, and selling them, kind of mass producing them and selling them for $30 a pop or $10 a pop. That just brings to mind, it doesn't it take the art out of art? When you do something like that, I mean, music isn't supposed to be something that comes off an assembly line, is it?
Well, you know
that's a
what?
good point.
The thing is with that, it's a good point, but a lot of artists are trying to take the cheap way out. See,
That's it. That's
before
what
the digital realm came, that was cool when we started going into digital because there was not a lot of uh, catch nets or algorithms were not in place. They were still trying to figure this thing out. But as an artist, you should always want to create unique music that nobody else
right,
has, that
Sheila.
sounds like nobody else anyway. Before that, for that fact that you don't have copyright issues, but saying that what Simone just talked about, man, it's like artists being cheap. Like you don't want to spend. I always say this: if you have $200 in your pocket and that's all you got to your name, you are not ready to do music business in the music business. It
No, you're
costs more
not.
than $200.
And
Exactly.
wanting to be cheap on the front end means you end up paying on the back end
Right.
because you
Exactly.
buy a $10 beat, you put it in a song, your song goes gangbusters, goes viral, and it
Mm.
gets hundreds of thousands or millions of views and streams and whatever. Guess what? So now the person who wrote the music is coming after you. So all that money that you tried to save in the beginning, now you've got to pay.
There you go.
Do
Definitely.
the
Hey,
diligence up
hey,
front.
hey, I want to say hello to Tyranny, Bobby, Bernice, Sheila, Jim. Thank y'all so much for joining us. All
Appreciate
right.
y'all jumping in.
Hey, make sure you all go ahead and spread the word. Hey, Broderick, thanks so much as well for joining us and things like that. All right. This is the Music Industry Makeover. We come on every Thursday night right here at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we like to take your questions and comments as we talk about things music industry related and also dealing with a marketing and a marketing and promoting perspective, because that's what we do. That's what we offer here at the Music Industry Makeover. And you can go and check out our website, check out our Facebook page if you want as well, Music Industry Makeover, and our website, musicindustrymakeover.com. All right. So,
and so, but you know, at the same time, it's going to hit the major labels too, because guess what? I was telling somebody the other day that, you know what, whoever that A&R was, yeah, Katy is the poster person on this lawsuit, but the record company takes a hit too, because they actually made money, so they're going to lose money because somebody got to pay Flame some money, right?
Right.
So major labels are cheap, because everybody always talks about the producer and how producers now are underpaid. Right? This precedent is going to set prices for producers that can make music from scratch, because record companies are not going to want to keep paying out this money. You know, Pharrell, Robin Thicke, it was a lot of other people that are having to pay out this money because these producers now are, because, you know, they're sampling music. Yeah. I always say sampling music. People say, oh, sampling is so hip hop. But now in this coming age, the sampling is going to get you jacked up, right? You need producers that know how to make music from scratch. And guess what? For those of us that know how to do it, man, because I don't sell no music for $30, you got to pay. That's the whole point. If you pay up front, if you have a successful album, if you market your album properly, and you start to bubble, you don't have to worry about these shenanigans on the back end. You can pocket your money.
There you go. Again, invest in yourself. That's what it's all about. Broderick says that you can get exclusive rights if your music becomes a hit. So,
well, isn't that a risk though?
That's a back end risk, because guess what? If 10 other people could have bought that same song, right. So you going back to buy that song exclusively, it may not even be exclusive. The producer may tell you that. But what happens if 100 other people already had that song and you just come up to buy it exclusive? That's still not good. No, sir. Right. You pay for exclusivity from the rip.
You go back to buy it, but somebody else recognized that they bought it as well, and they go back and buy it before you get to them.
And a lot of producers are doing that so they can go ahead and sell the beat. That's the reason for this show, man. We're trying to help you sidestep and guide you from making, stop being cheap.
You don't want to make that mistake. That's a mistake. My mom always says, "Good thing ain't cheap, and cheap thing ain't good."
Amen.
Anything that's worth having in life, guys and girls, it's gonna cost you money, right? Yeah, anything that you don't pay for, there's no value in it, and you can't expect the world. When it comes to music, you need to have your music made. And if you believe in yourself and if you pour money into your marketing, you're getting in front of people, you're doing shows, man, you may have it, you know what? You may be that person, you may get to that gate and start bubbling, and guess what? Now you get a setback because the song that you bought belongs to somebody else.
Now, Rico, Broderick says it doesn't work like that. It's like they have the beat, not the song. So I guess it's just two different things going on here.
Okay, when you said it doesn't work like that, if you sell, first of all, if they bought a 2-track, a lot of producers don't sell the stems, right? Hold on, right? So they sell the 2-track. But if that artist put that 2-track on the record, I'm talking from an artist perspective. I'm not talking about the person who actually owns the music. So if they sell that artist a 2-track, which is the 2-track wave file, and that artist put out an album on that 2-track, right? The main producer still has all those stems, but still it's not their song.
So there's a difference between a beat maker and a producer, right?
It's a big difference.
Okay, all right, okay. And I think a lot of you artists are mainly pretty much going to beat makers when it's just like, okay, you know, there's more to it, and so it gets into that technical field. I mean, I'm trying to educate myself on this. I'm not a producer, but
so let me explain the difference between I'm a producer and I do professional music, but the difference between a beat maker and a producer, both can make songs, right? A producer though has vision. So you have a couple different types of producers. You got the artist, you have the musician producer. the producer that actually can play the instruments like a Ryan Leslie, somebody that can, or like a Prince that make all their music. But then you may have a producer, say, like Puffy, right? Puffy don't play any instruments, but he have musicians on staff that he can bring in. If he need a piano player, he can bring a piano player and tell the piano player what it is that he wants to play. But beat makers just kind of make beats. They don't necessarily form whole entire songs. A lot of times they just sample stuff. A lot of times, a lot of beat makers don't have any musicianship. And I've been saying this for a long time. If you're a producer and you really can't play music with the technology and how digital revolution has advanced, it's going to be really hard if you're using a lot of sampling, if you're using a lot of kits, because you have a lot of producers that use a lot of sound kits, and those kits are going to get you in trouble eventually.
Okay, all right. Well, I got a question I want to ask you, Rico, too, from a producer's perspective. Is there a way, if say there's a producer that's watching now, how can someone tell that a beat is already sampled or taken, like in this case with Katy Perry and Flame?
I mean, you can't tell that it's already taken, but when you load a song in YouTube or in any type of digital platform, if they have the algorithm in place, the algorithm can actually identify the song. And it tells you when you load a song up to YouTube or this song, or when you try to monetize it, it tells you this belongs to somebody else. Right?
I've seen that.
And then they still let you go ahead and load it up, but it'll tell you also, you can't monetize it, but all streams will go to the actual owner of the song.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So you don't know. That's the thing that we're saying. You don't know if that song is been. You're still at the mercy of the producer to a degree. That's why. But if you're doing music and you're putting music out, you're not. And every time you load a song in, it's not coming back belonging to someone else in the algorithm. That's why, as an artist, you want to try to break bread with a producer that can make music from scratch. And I know a lot of people don't want to hear me say that because then that's going to stop a lot of beat makers from making money. Because they're just trying to make money. They're not in it for the long haul. They just want to sample and create music. But you as an artist, you want to make sure you're not impacting on the back end. I know that's not going to come across nice, and I'll probably get text messages and emails like, what you trying to say? We don't have to make, because everybody don't want to be a student of music anymore. People want to microwave music.
Good.
Right?
There you go.
They don't want to be a student of the craft because music is trendy now. Everybody want to be this famous millionaire making music, so people don't kind of put the time in to learn the craft, and they kind of go the microwave route. But in the future, like that's going to hurt you as a producer because now you're going to get in trouble. Now you're going to start paying out money. They're coming for everyday people, because they're not making any money,
Right.
So anyway, go ahead, man.
And also on this case, I just got some news that I think Flame. I think it's probably awarded $2.7 million, and but really that's going to be exactly, because that's pretty much going to be split. So probably much out of that $2.7 million, he may probably barely get $300,000 or $500,000 per song.
The attorney's got to be paid. That case was like 5 years.
Yeah, well, so basically, if that's a 5-way split, he might even probably get $100,000. So it's like really. Again,
and then too, it depends on the lawsuit. If they were already paying him some money with the expectation that he was going to get the win, they're going to recoup that too. So but I think it's still good, regardless of the amount of money that he gets. I think that it puts artists in a good mind frame, and actually does great for producers. It'll kind of encourage you, like, to go back, man, to old school, making your beats from scratch, man.
Yeah.
That's gonna force you to do that. The technology is gonna force everybody to do that.
It's like if you're an artist, if you're a musician, be a true artist or musician. Make art, make great art. Don't just copy somebody else's art. If you're just copying somebody else's music, then you can't say you're an artist. I never call myself an artist. When I sing, I'm singing other people's music. I've never written a song. I've never come up with my own runs or riffs or whatever. I'm just a singer, right? But if I were an artist, I'm writing my own stuff. I'm writing my own music. I have my own branding surrounding my whatever I want to say with with my music. There's a big difference between being an artist and just being a copier, or a singer or somebody who's just the musician who's playing somebody else's music.
Right.
Amen. Amen. And I want to add to this story, and then we'll move on. If anybody else got anything to say, is when the verdict came out about Katy Perry losing, a lot of her fans were took to Twitter and was pretty much going off on Flame and things like that. Now,
Exactly.
so my point is she's been in the game for a while. She built up a fan base. That's how loyal your fans will be to you if something was to happen to you that was not in your favor. All right.
Yes.
That's the
Yes.
point that where you want to get to. Build that fan base. All right.
Absolutely.
Build, find those people that like what you like, and they'll feel some sort of connection to you because they love what you put out. Right?
Absolutely.
They was going in hard for her,
They,
man. Like,
they
but
was.
the problem that I had was how they treated Flame through the process, and how people was talking about, he shouldn't. Even Christian was saying, he shouldn't. He just being greedy. But if it's your song,
If it's
you
his
know,
music, of
it's
course he
his.
should be greedy. It's his.
Exactly.
That's what and I was like, well, what if that was you? You was gonna leave your money on the
Exactly.
table?
Right.
No.
Especially as
Okay.
an independent. I mean, you don't have a whole lot to begin with. You don't
Right.
have the resources to begin with. You want to get as much as you possibly can, especially if you wrote the song.
And I'm gonna say a lot of those major label execs, A&Rs, and producers, man, they steal music on the regular,
Oh
right?
yeah.
This is just when they come up. A lot of those guys, man, go and they take music from unknown artists.
Mm,
They'll turn
Right.
around, man, and use different devices, man, and record your music and turn around and get in the studio and replay it or sample parts of it. Because you nobody, man, a lot of times, man, you don't even
Right.
hear it, but people are already making money on you. I'm just
Yep.
saying. So it's very important, man, to copyright your music. Make your music from scratch and copyright it. You know what I
right.
mean? And it may mean, guess what? As an artist, if you're an artist and you don't make music, it's just an investment that you got to make in getting with a solid producer, man, and create your stuff from scratch. Because in the end, if you do bubble up, it's gonna cost you.
Hey,
Mm-hmm.
if y'all have any questions or comments, feel free to go ahead and post them. All right, and we will do our best to answer them, and we'll post it on here. Okay, make sure you go to my page to post your comments so that we can read them. All right, if anybody has started a watch party, whatever, we won't be able to see your comments. So that's just how the way the software is. But yes, again, we want to see you be successful. Okay, and you
Absolutely.
can be because folks are already out here doing it. But what makes them successful is because they went through the process. So you cannot skip the process. Bottom
Absolutely.
line, there are no shortcuts to success at all. All right.
So let's go back to that fan base topic, right?
Uh-huh.
She's Katy Perry she's garnered a fan base over the years, right? And
Right.
they are extremely loyal. They're out
Right.
there and they're willing to attack somebody else on her behalf, even though
She was
she's got a
wrong.
name, she's rich and
Yes, you're
powerful,
wrong. Right.
um,
Uh-huh.
and she could defend herself. But no,
Right.
when you have a strong and loyal fan base, they
Loyal
are
fan.
willing to stand up for you and
Right.
follow you wherever you go, do whatever you tell them to do. That is a strong fan base. Okay,
Right.
so I want to talk about an artist that we know who has some really, really great music. He has some really great music. Um, but and it looks like I've seen some of the posts that he's done, right? He's put out some videos and some announcements about new singles and that kind of thing. And when people are commenting, "Oh, great song, wonderful song, I like it," good cover on the album cover and everything. But now this artist is doing a crowdfunding campaign because he's putting together a new album. I go to the crowdfunding site and there aren't many what do you
Givers.
call it? Yeah, not too many
Givers.
contributors, right? No comments really.
Right.
Not a whole lot going on this
Right.
crowdfunding campaign.
Right.
So artists need to learn the difference between a lot of times I'll ask an artist, how many fans do you have? And they said, "Oh, well, I have 5,000 likes on my Facebook page, and I've got all these people watching my videos on YouTube." Well, that's not necessarily a
Fans.
fan. Those aren't necessarily fans. Fans are the people who are willing to come out of their pocket and give you money. They are the people who will show up in the rain for your show. They are the people who will defend you when other people are saying nasty stuff about you
Right.
in the
Yeah.
press or whatever. You know,
Right.
they are the people who you can go to and ask, should I sell this t-shirt or this t-shirt? Which design do you like better? And then when you do pick a design, they're gonna buy the shirt, right?
Right. Because it's you. Right.
Because it's you, because you asked them to. They are the ones who, if you're doing a crowdfunding campaign, money is coming in from these folks because they're willing to support you and they're looking forward to that new project. So there's a big, big difference between followers and fans.
There you
Okay.
go.
You gotta have a. Okay, go ahead, Simone.
If the fans, if there's no sales coming in, if and Rico has a good point. You need to be able to track them, because you can't really say you have fans if somebody hands you $10 for a CD at your show one day and then you never hear from them again. But if you're able to have a conversation with them back and forth over a period of time, this person is a fan. They're sticking with you. They want to hear what you have to say. They want to hear your music. They want to hear more and more of your music. They want to know about what's going on in your life. What do you think about this? What do you think about that? What new songs are coming up? They want to hear you write the new song. These are fans. The people who click like and then you may or may not hear from them, those are not fans, those are followers.
They could have just clicked like on your picture because they like the color of your shirt you had on.
Right?
Who
They
knows?
might think you have pretty hair, and so they click like on your picture. But that doesn't mean that they're a fan.
There you
So
go.
I see a lot of people, man. You're like this page, like why? What are you gonna get out of it? If I like your page, what is that doing for you? Okay, you got 3 million likes. You got 3 million likes. What does that do?
Yeah.
Nothing.
It does nothing. It does
You got
nothing.
10 million likes. Okay, so you got 10 million likes. What does that do? How can you transform that 10 million likes into dollars in your pocket? You can't, because you don't know if they like your music. You don't know why they clicked on that link. So that's why it's important for you to build your fan base with one person.
Yeah.
And we always have a goal of 1,000 in our marketing plan. 1,000 people. We want to get you 1,000 super fans. 1,000 super fans. If 1,000 people spend $10 with you per year, I ain't talking about per month. $10 per year. Per year, right? That's $100,000 that you've made, just off those 1,000 fans. $10 per year.
$100 a year.
$100 a year. Excuse me. $100 a year.
Yeah.
$100 a year.
You can live on that.
$100. And trust me, I know fans.
Even in Atlanta.
Bow Wow fans are crazy. Princess fans are crazy. Beyonce fans are crazy. Those people spend more than $100 a month. Right? If somebody believes in what you're doing, so we break down $100 a month with $10, $100 a year, $10 a month. 10 times, that's $120 a year. So less than $10 a month somebody spending. So basically, you put out a new T-shirt this month, $8. They bought that. You put out a hat. You did a pin. You did a little bracelet. Man, you may just put up I want to be able to fund this tour.
Roderick.
That's so true.
Right.
And people will give to you, but you got to identify your fans. So y'all stop with all that like stuff. Like, I laugh every time that come across my feed on Facebook. I chuckle. I'm like, I'm not going to like this. What's the point? You don't have no way to transact in the money. We're trying to educate you and show you how, but if you have to interact with people, if you interact,
gotta be social.
Yeah.
We talked about the last show. If you go into somebody's inbox talking about dropping some music, man, ask them how they doing first, right? Have a conversation.
Build some sort of rapport. How do we know each other? How do you know my name? Where'd you find me? Let's talk.
You
Come
know,
on
I
now.
just had an artist that his album drops August the 23rd. You know, and I have a relationship with this artist. His album comes out August 23rd. And he hit me up and said, "Hey man, listen to my album." You know, but I've been knowing this guy. We talk on a regular basis, right? You know, and the thing is, sometimes people, your fans, just because it's you, they might even listen to your album. They might listen to your album, but they'll just give money just because it's you,
Yeah.
because they're your fans.
Exactly. Right. 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 And
Support, but fans will
you
support you.
build that relationship. Right. Fans will support you.
There's a relationship there.
There's another example too where this lady, this woman who was trying to sell T-shirts, she got what 3 million followers, but
Yeah.
she can't sell 30 T-shirts.
I saw that
I'm like,
article too. So, but you know
yeah,
why, right? So that's another segue. It's a great
uh-huh,
talking point. The
Okay.
reason, you know why she can't? Because those are bots. You're paying.
Yeah, that's a lot too.
You're paying for followers.
Yeah.
they're paying for
7 years
followers.
ago, that
Yeah.
was cool, right?
Right.
But
It looks
now,
impressive.
Yeah.
because we're trying to transact business on social media,
Mm.
you're trying to transform those followers into buyers.
And to
And
buy it,
you
you
paying
work with the
20,
bots.
30, 40, 50, $60 to get followers, but those people are not your real followers. They don't really care what you're selling. That's why she can't take any of those 3 million fans and turn them into money. She don't have organic followers.
Yeah.
Organic, exactly, genuine. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's what kind of relationships that you want. All right. You know, you can't skip the process, people. It is what it
Really
is. All
can't.
right.
I really
Quit
can't.
trying to flaunt like you got it going on when you really don't. All right. because it's more embarrassing when you done all this talking and when it finally catches up with you, it's like, okay, what do you got to show for it?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What you really got to show for it? You know, are
Okay.
you, you know,
Sorry. Go ahead.
no, I'm saying, are you truly making money? So it's again, hey, does anybody got any questions or comments or so on this particular matter? Because we're here for you. You know, we want to see you succeed and
Yeah.
things.
And we're not fussing at you. We're making fun,
No, we're
but
not.
we like being real serious. You know, I'm
All right.
comical, so look, I'm the comedian of the crew. They be real serious,
Same
and but I'm gonna make little jokes, man. That's what I do,
here.
right? But we're
Hey,
trying to be like really, really serious because you don't understand. We do get people that have come to us when they got problems, or I'd rather you not come to me when you got a problem. I'd rather for you to come to me first before you get into a problem, and then we'll show you, man, how not to get into a problem.
Right.
right. I see you, Jim. Okay. Hey, thank you, Tyranny. God bless you. Definitely. Again, this is the music industry makeover. Get at us. Let us know something. You know, we would love to speak with you. You know, any questions or comments that you all may have out there, and spread the word about this. I want to send a shout out to, if he's listening, my man Baron Mack, out there up there in New York, the Boogie Down. No, Brooklyn. I'm sorry, I'm about to say Boogie Down Bronx.
Look at that Bronx, boy. You get your stuff
Yeah.
canceled.
Okay. So yeah, definitely. So again, it's all about the process. If we can't stress anything
Yeah.
else, hey, you need to follow the process. There are no shortcuts to success.
Right. It takes time, right? Where in order to build a fan base, you have to build trust, right?
Right.
There's this thing that marketers like to talk about called KLT, know, like,
Right.
and trust. In order to
Right.
build know, like, and trust with an audience, a group of people, it's going to take time, it's going to take effort, it's going to take
Either paid.
consistency, right? And it's going to
Yeah.
take being a true person and treating other people like people, even on social media, even if you don't meet them face to face on a regular basis, but there's still people on the other side of that technology, right?
Exactly.
I see too many artists, they try to call themselves engaging, but what they're really doing is just soliciting sales from
Spamming.
people
I
who don't
call it
want to be
spamming.
sold to, right?
Spamming. Right.
Spam and spamming, exactly, they're just spamming. I see too many, like when somebody has a viral topic on Facebook or something, and there's a conversation going and people are talking back and forth about stuff, and an artist comes along and says, "Hey, everybody, try my new single is out," and
Yeah,
drops
I've
a
seen that.
flyer.
Yeah, that's
And I
annoying.
delete
How
them
about
every
you
time on
join
my
the
thread, right?
conversation? What are you doing? We're having a
I,
conversation here,
I,
and
I
they're
delete
dropping
them
a
and I block
flyer.
them.
Oh, really? Wow.
I
Delete
delete
them
them
and
and
block.
I block them because you're just
That's
trying to
not
use
cool.
this thread to push your music. And guess I'm gonna show you. You get deleted and I'll block you because it ain't gonna happen again.
Yeah, that's not cool. That's not how
It's
you.
not cool at
That's
all.
not how you build goodwill. That's not how you build KLT. That and that's a very easy way to get blocked. And for people, and
Yes.
it just leaves a distasteful, a bad taste in people's mouths,
I
right?
got the gift of block. I don't have no shame. I will block you. Yes, okay. My block list is growing every day. I'm up around over 200 people, and it's still growing. It is what
Right.
it
Wow.
is.
Wow. Again, so yes, look, guys, just do things with decency and order. All right. Simone, what is our next topic? So, I know we had.
Oh well,
Uh,
we talked about we were talking about like
hey, Edwin, how you
superstars in
doing?
the industry.
The
Yeah.
superstars in the industry.
Yes. What's going on, brother? Hey, this brother here, Edwin
What's
Covington,
up,
he and
Edwin?
his wife, they are such a joy to watch. I'm talking about a good husband and wife team that raps. I mean, pretty much the whole family. If you all ever get a chance to check out his page, it's very good. I
Glad
mean,
to
they
have you, bro. And
yes,
sis.
thank you so
Amen.
much. Ale-
We got people in this chat room with
yeah,
jokes.
yeah, hey, that's DJ
You're
Everybody
gonna
Jesus
get
beat.
commenting
blocked, Vernon. You're gonna
Old
get blocked, Jesus beat.
DJ
Town
Jesus
Road.
Beats got jokes.
Don't spam us, boy.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, no.
But I'm glad
Yeah,
y'all are listening because
yeah.
it's true. Too many artists are doing this, and we need to stop it. We
And
need to
it's
stop
rude,
it.
like Mary says. It is rude, Mary. Definitely,
It
definitely.
is.
Hey, Beach, if you want to come on, just let us know, and I'll send you the link and things. But yeah, so superstars in the industry. I think did I mention Juanita Bonham
No,
earlier?
not today. But yeah,
Okay,
that's how this topic came up. That whole
okay,
controversy with Juanita Bynum and basically the motives but
hold on.
behind, I guess, inviting her to come and speak at your conference, knowing because of her name, right? And thinking
Right,
that she is the secret ingredient to bringing out a lot of people to your event.
right.
Having somebody with this big name is the secret ingredient to your event. You know, Rico actually showed Ron and I a sample of, I guess, her contract or her
The,
requirements for
the
booking
rider. Yes,
Honorarium, her
that's right.
writer.
and
Yeah,
her honorarium and whatever. And I'm
yeah.
thinking, man, these requirements, they had to put out a whole lot of money in order to
Hmm.
get this lady who was super controversial. A lot
Hmm.
of
Already.
people don't like her
Already.
to come to their what do you
Conference.
call it,
Yeah.
to their
The
conference
thing, the
and
thing
speak at
that
their
killed
conference.
me, the thing that killed me in that was she said like if you book her, you have to go through her booking agent. Like you could,
Right.
what
You can't
what if
just
my wife is a booking agent? I'm the pastor, or my son, or my daughter, or my neighbor that I do business with. They get booked. Just anybody get point and click, right? Why does it have to be your booking agent? Why? Because then you trying to get more money. Like the thing
well, you know
is
what it is? It's because she wants that 5-star treatment, right?
man, look.
3-star is not good enough. 4-star isn't good enough. I've been in a 4-star hotel. I've been in a few 4-star hotel rooms. They are very
I'm,
nice. Let me
I'm
tell
gonna
you.
say,
But
hey,
no,
I'm
it's got to be
on.
5-star for her.
All I'm gonna say is this. I ain't gonna diss her. I'm gonna say this right here. There's a lot of leaders that are available that have a powerful word that are plugged into Jesus. They don't
Absolutely.
have no name. That they would love to
Right.
come, and you don't have to go through jump hoops in order to
Right.
get them there. And I think
Exactly.
that I think we got to get out of this superstar like mentality. That's what's wrong with
Yeah.
the church right now.
Right.
Like, you know,
Right.
Jesus said, make no reputation of yourself. Now, I know it's kind of hard sometimes when people love you, man, and people want to come see you and stuff, but it causes you have to be a lot more humble. You have to, when you improve the quality of life for someone else, right? The Lord said, look, I increase your sustenance because the miles increase around you. So when God gives you more money, and if you're doing ministry and God gives you more money, it's because he expects you to feed those people that are around you. If you know,
Amen.
if you think about people first, and that I know it's hard as a leader sometimes when you got a good word and you really bring the word of God, man, and articulately. People love what you do, but we got to get out of the superstar mentality. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because it
Yeah.
crucifies Jesus afresh. And when we start going through personal things in our personal life, and then we start saying, how plugged in we are to Jesus, then we start doing this crazy stuff. It brings a reproach on us. And I just think, and like personally, I try to stay away. And look, and people can do what they want to do, but I know on the show we all got our personalities, so don't you guys this? Rico said this. If I'm pastoring the church, I'm not bringing in famous people, just not
Right.
because I'm just not. It brings too much. I believe Jesus, man, can. I'm not saying that because you're famous, Jesus is not with you. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that with everything that you have going on, everybody wants to be famous, and I'm gonna do the out of the box scenario. I'm not gonna follow everybody else, and I think there's a lot of leaders, a lot of women, men leaders that have a great word and that are willing to come. And I just think that you can kind of alleviate some of the controversy by using some of those no names. Because look, just because you got a name, that don't mean everything, man, is being all be all win all, and it's the greatest. I'm not knocking nobody with a name. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that we got to stop treating people that don't have a name, that don't have notoriety, that don't have the influence, don't have, man, somebody could be powerful. You may come in, may bless your ministry, and guess what? They may not have no followers. They might not even be on social media. Stop running behind the name people. I ain't just trying to say it, but we do it in music too. Like we'll get on and we'll start talking about, what rapper man dropped the latest album, or we'll sit there and we'll do 200 comments about how we listen to the album. But have you listened to the Christian rapper man that came out that's dope? Are we talking about that, or are we trying to follow this other cat, right? We don't prioritize, and the people that we show love to that really benefit us. Because guess what, man? The music, none of that music, not gonna benefit you. So I'm just saying we just need to stop with the name stuff. That everything is, it brings. I guess this is probably something we probably need to talk about on Tuesday, or when we talk about Bible, have a Bible discussion. But just because somebody got a big house, big car, big bank account, they don't mean
Yeah.
they don't mean Jesus with you,
Yeah.
right?
That's
Well,
true. That's true.
Just because you poor, or you don't have money, you catching the bus, you can be the most anointed joke in the room, and you got oodles and noodles to eat. You got holes in your tennis shoes. Just because somebody has a lot of money, just because somebody has a great material possessions and nice
right.
whips and all this kind of crap, that don't necessarily mean that they're more anointed than you are, or that Jesus is with you. Stop that
And,
foolishness.
and the
Yeah.
thing
I
is,
got to feel like a little kid.
and then with the thing with Juanita Bynum was okay. She marketed herself for us with their slogan "No More Sheets." That was back in the '90s or early 2000s. So it's like she's made a name for herself. She has followers, and that's why she's able to command X amount of dollars because people are again. You have to think about what's your motive for bringing people who have a name so
Yeah.
that they bring numbers. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So in a sense, it's like, okay, well, if you're gonna use me, then you're gonna pay for it. You're gonna pay for
Right.
my name.
That's so true. That is
Just
so
like
true.
just like any artist, if you want to bring a Lecrae or what have you, or anybody that's famous, a Christian hip hop or a gospel artist, you're paying for that name. But just like Rico said, there's some anointed artists that have no name that
Mm-hmm.
I believe personally you will get the same results from an independent artist who has some good music and things,
Right.
and
An even
God
bigger
will,
blessing.
and even bigger blessing,
Yeah.
exactly. So,
Without all the headaches.
without
Yeah.
all the headaches, exactly.
Be
All right,
glad the man to come. Be glad to take that $500
right.
that you want to, or that $1,000 you want to sow, whatever your honorarium that you want to give. Be and show up, man. If you come, look. As when I was out there rapping, man, you invited me to this. Man, look at here. You paid me honorarium and gave me a box of chicken. Well, instead of the spare bedroom in the house, right? I remember. I remember when I had Trig. to come down for a concert, man. He stayed in my bedroom. The brother never say he had to get a hotel room, ate at my kitchen table. You know, we went to church's chicken, man. Like that's real life. Like I wouldn't mind, doing that because guess what? You can bond with the family you staying with. You know,
Yeah,
you pray the brother in the Lord. It's a lot of people, man, that would be willing to come to your church
that's true.
and the minister, man, and so on without all the headache, man, the excess baggage, man, and I'd be glad to take that little $500, man, and be blessed, man, and bless them, man. You ain't got
Yeah.
to go through all that, man. That's just.
Yeah, it's really people looking at numbers. It's looking at quantity over quality, right? You know,
Right.
um, if my event is successful if there if the room is full, but we're
Mhm.
not thinking about my event is successful if 20% or 30% or 50% of the people who are there actually respond to the altar call, or those lives are changed,
Right.
or like what is really, like Ron said, what is the motive behind you inviting this superstar to come to your event to minister, when really the motive shouldn't be the number of people. It should be the quality of the message, and how are people going to respond to the message? Are they going to be touched? Are their lives going to be changed in some way?
Right. Right. Hey. Roger says it's business at the
It's,
end of the day.
that's
All
true.
right.
It
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much. And again, a lot of people, and we this will be a lifelong, pretty much debate about music, about industry and ministry or so.
Industry and
And
ministry, yeah.
so again,
Well,
either one is fine. You just need to make sure what it is that you're trying to do. All
yeah.
right, as an artist,
And be
Yeah.
consistent.
And be
You know
true
what I
to
mean?
it.
And
be
be
consistent.
consistent, man. And my thing is if you're an artist, and I'm not saying that you're not supposed, because we always preach that we try to help you get your value. There's nothing wrong with getting your money, right? But also we shouldn't be prima donnas as well. We shouldn't
Right,
give people, man, a hard time. If
Mhm.
you charge a price, that's the price you charge. But we shouldn't really, man, go all out and try to make people's lives miserable. Because in Jesus, man, is not a superstar. And I
right,
guess I'm only speaking from my perspective, and I realize, man, I'm just one person. But I think that Jesus probably was the most famous cat man in the world, right?
Yeah.
mhm,
There's nobody more famous than Jesus, right?
right,
But how did Jesus treat people when he came up on the scene?
Yeah.
Although he had a lot of followers, man, he fed 5,000 people in one setting. Like that's just one meeting. So, but how did Jesus treat people? Like we have to treat people good. You know what I mean?
right.
Right.
Orlando says, how many of those people are returning next Sunday as well?
Is what right.
Right. Okay. Good. Again, this is the Music Industry Makeover, and we are your hosts. And if you have a question or comment that you would like for us to address or so, hey, feel free to go ahead and post it. Okay. And make sure you go visit our page, Music Industry Makeover, here on Facebook, as well as visit our website, musicindustrymakeover.com. If you're an artist looking for advertising and promotion, marketing and promotions, we do all of that. Okay. We love to connect with you. All right, and I forgot the GMWA conference is going on right
Exactly.
now
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
DC, and I happened to see one of their clips concerning radio panels and things
Mhm.
like that, and it's just to me, I think it's just we have to look at the information that we give out to people this day and age, and try to be current with what's really going to help
Right.
artists out there,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
So
Talk
Absolutely.
about that. Go ahead and talk about that, Simone. Go on and jump in because I know we all gonna chime in on that.
Well, my whole rant was I was saying how I'm just tired of seeing at our conferences we're constantly having these radio panels, and
uh,
and everybody's talking about getting on radio, getting on radio. Now, I don't believe that there's anything wrong with radio. There's absolutely nothing wrong with radio. But for an
right,
independent artist, um, first of all, with commercials, first of all, when you're, and most of these artists want to be on a terrestrial station. So you've got to compete with the commercials, the traffic, the weather, and then of course the radio personalities want to banter back and forth and do comedy and whatever. You know,
Right.
there's not a whole lot of room left over for an unknown artist's music, right? Unless you're
Unless
giving that station a ton of money,
there you
you
go.
know. So that then maybe they'll sit up and take notice of you. But even then that might not happen, right? An artist did that in DC. He was even on the station for an interview. They still wouldn't play his music. So
Wow, that's bad.
I would stick with, if you're an unknown artist, you wanna get on radio, I would stick with the internet stations for right now. Go for your smaller market stations because
Thousand listeners or less.
they're more likely to play and to be independent and to not be beholden to the big commercial, conglomerate, corporate stations. And also and internet stations. And because there's not a whole lot of room, everybody's not going to get on radio, but there are things that you can do to get yourself out there that
Right.
so many of our conferences aren't teaching, that will work for just about any artist, no matter whether you're just starting or you've been doing this for years, right? So one of the things I was talking about, I was like, how come these conferences, they never talk about email marketing? They never talk about doing free plus shipping campaigns. I'm sure you've seen that, where somebody gives you something, but you pay for the shipping. That actually brings in money. Streaming, YouTube, pre-save campaigns that Spotify does. These conferences don't really talk about these things. So it is time for us
Internet playlist.
as independent Christian recording artists to stop following after the same old, and start educating ourselves about new media, about the current ways of marketing your music. Because if you don't do that, we're going to continue to be left out back, which is very, very sad, because our music is the best music, right? This music needs to be out there. People need to hear it. You're making the kind of music that changes lives, right? You're not just talking about booty shaking and
More booty
bling
shaking.
and
Making money.
right, and making money and the nicest cars and the big house and the fat ride. You're talking about some real stuff. So it's time for us to get with the program and start learning some new ways of promoting ourselves and promoting our music, because we're continually being behind the trends and being left behind. It's time to stop that mess.
And I want to jump in and say, and talk a little bit more about the internet radio. Like we charge for this information, right? But we're going to give it to you for free, right? If you look for stations specifically that 1,000 followers or have 1,000 listeners or less, right? It doesn't matter. Reach out to the station owner, because they have a small amount of listeners. They're more apt to respond to you, right? And then when they respond to you, here we go with that word again. You can break bread and build a relationship, right? Even if if you can do a drop for them for free at no cost, right? You guys could build some type of and they may charge you, to do a campaign, but they may only charge you $100. It's still, and guess what? You might only get in front of 1,000 people, right, for that $100. But that $100 will go a long ways. And guess what? When that station grows, because you built a relationship with that 1,000 listener station owner, when that station grows up, guess what? You already in there, and they still may charge you the same amount of money because you've been with them from the beginning. Or you guys may do trade and barter, and you just may be a part of the pillar structure for the internet station. And now when that station is 10,000 listeners, man, you got all your advertisement, your stuff is already on the website, because you broke bread and built relationship from the beginning. We can't get away from relationships.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Hey, and just like Orlando Page said that the internet station will push you more.
Yes, they will. Yes, they will.
Again,
and like what Ron does, you send your music to him. He's on internet stations. He knows lots of other DJs on other internet stations. You build a relationship with one music director of an internet station. He likes you, he likes your music. He's gonna spread it far and wide among all his friends. And then their friends will tell their friends, right?
Right.
Next thing you know, instead of you getting rejected from these 5 big name stations in your town, now you're on, 40, 50 internet stations and getting way more listeners than you would because you're being rejected on these big stations.
And and if your music is properly tagged, you will be getting some royalties for that. You know what I'm saying? Because again,
Absolutely.
we have a lot
Because
more
you did your due
leeway.
diligence.
You're doing your due diligence. There's a few that's on this feed right now. That have an internet station. Hot 316, Vernon Kemp, Jim Connors, Sheila, um, Sheila Levy. So I mean, again, the list can go on. So yes, yeah, definitely send me your music or so. Because now it's all about building relationships.
All about
Just
their
because you
relationship.
send me to, if it doesn't fit the format or what have you, doesn't mean that
Right.
that your
Right.
stuff won't get played.
But
Right.
a part of the building process is you're talking to the station owner to find out what the format is. And I want to
Right.
go back and
Yeah,
add a caveat to what Simone
building that
said.
relationship.
When you build a relationship, it takes time,
Mm-hmm.
right? It takes time for that person to get to know you so they can know you. When they get to know you, they can, they can decide whether that they like you, and then they trust you,
Mm-hmm.
right?
That's
Right.
how
You
There
that
you go.
works. No, like, and
because
trust.
we have to learn how
It
to
is.
build relationship, right? My insurance business, although I'm in the music side, but on my day, a lot of the ways that I get money is just based off relationship. Everybody else has to pay to go and do something because I know these people. I just walk right in because I've been walking with them for years. Everything is relationship driven. That's how the music business works. If you don't have all the resources, we always say this on every show, get with
Mm-hmm.
somebody that has the resources that you need to move forward and y'all move forward together, and build together. Right? We got to stop this individual sport, individual mindset. It's
Right.
me. Like I always use us for an example. All three of us have our own thing, but together we are a powerful entity, man, here to
Yes,
be a
we
blessing
are.
to you because we all have knowledge. They ain't gonna sit here in front like we dumb. We just downplay it. We try to make it fun, but we are ordinary people, but we not ordinary people. But a lot of
Right.
people won't take time to share with you because a lot of people still walk in the gatekeeping mentality. They won't show you how to do something. They want to keep it from you because they want to try to get all the money. We want you to be successful because guess what? If you're successful, if you come through us and you get with us, we help you to be successful or point you in the right direction. When you
Right.
get to achieve what you're looking for, guess what? You're gonna point back and say, "Man, MIM, them cats, man, they helped me because I didn't know how to do this and that." Even when it came to how many of you guys knew about the because Mary brought it up, which I think a lot of people knew about the business card with the USB, right? That's
Hmm.
technology that's out. So when you hand somebody your business card, because you got to think, you want somebody here single, or you hand out your business cards. The business cards are like $1.05. They're $1.95 a piece.
Mm-hmm.
So you can have your business card made and have a USB attached to it, so you can get your music out. These are little things, man, that you can learn, but everything revolves around time.
Time.
Stop having a microwave mentality because when you have a microwave mentality, you're going to get into issues because you won't let the process grow or expand organically. And I
Well said.
always use an example when you look at the Forbes list, people that are on the Forbes list, they are like older because it takes time to build wealth, right? If you're trying to build anything that's going to last, it takes time.
Time.
Yeah,
Time. And so
it does. It does take time.
again, you being diligent, and I want to recommend a movie that I saw this weekend, and I told Simone about it. So, and it's called The Founder. All right, right, The
Sounds
Founders
like Netflix.
on Netflix, and it's
Mhm.
about McDonald's. All right, how McDonald's got started and things. All right. I encourage you all to
Powerful
go
story.
and check it out. Okay, check that movie out on Netflix. It's called The Founder, and it's about the McDonald's story. And the two key words that they mentioned in there is about um perseverance.
Persistence, perseverance, yeah.
No. No. Persistence and determination. That's it.
Persistence and determination.
Persistence and determination.
And you
That's
know what the biggest problem that those owners had when they come about was one person wanted to move quicker, and the
yeah.
other person, and one person didn't. They wanted to keep it in the family, build and make the
Right.
right relationships, create the right opportunities, walk in the right opportunities. Man,
Yeah.
look at here. That's very good. I love that. You need to go see that. It's good.
Yeah. Oh, you saw Rico too.
Yeah, I
Okay.
saw it.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
another big theme in that movie was really how if you're not ready to listen to somebody outside of your circle, if you're not
Right.
willing to
Your comfort
to
zone.
move into a new to new go with new technology, listen to new ideas, and
Right.
kind of and see which way the wind is blowing, but but stay stuck where you are, you'll lose out. you know
Yes,
these guys were brilliant. They had what it took. They
Very
really
brilliant.
did,
they did.
but they were stuck. They
It
weren't
was
willing to listen to new ideas, and so they lost.
yes. Go see that movie, guys. Those, again, we don't endorse a lot of stuff, but that one right there's very motivational, and I mean it's a principle. Bottom line, it's a principle that God has given us, so that
Yes.
we need to abide by, whether you're saved or not, or so. Look at those who are in the music industry in the mainstream, how successful they are. All right, you know what I'm saying, because of persistence and determination. That's why they are successful. That's why Katy Perry has more money than most Christian rap artists, or pretty much most gospel artists, basically. Matter of fact, I would say all of them. You know what I'm saying? Because again, she had persistence and determination. She herself used to be a Christian artist.
Yeah.
All right. Again, but that's another story. And
Yeah.
also, and also be coachable.
Mhm.
That's
Be
good word, Mary. Good
Yeah,
man.
good word.
yes,
Like
yes,
Good word.
people always say they want to go to the next level, but they're not willing to listen to nobody. Like
right.
Yeah.
You actually don't say it.
Yeah.
you,
If you're not willing to learn, you're gonna stay stuck.
You're
you're
gonna
gonna
stay.
stay stuck.
You're gonna stay
You
stuck.
know, and the definition of insanity is to do the same thing over and over again, but want a different return.
Right.
You're
Yeah.
not gonna move forward. You know.
Amen. Right. Exactly. Exactly. So
Mhm.
yeah, guys. Simone, did we cover everything? Or that was it?
Yeah, that's everything I have on my list. We did
Okay.
good tonight.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Again, we thank you all so much for being a part of us, allowing us to be a part of your night. All right. We do this, if you're new, every Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here. We do the music industry makeover, and we want to see you succeed. We look at this as a ministry as well, because you know, um, it's all we. Our main focus is spreading the kingdom of God. All right, and so if we could create more opportunities, more platforms for you artists out there, and give you information, help teach you, then we've done our job. And as a business, our main goal is to drive traffic to you. All right, we drive the traffic to you, and then that's where you have to sell yourself in front of those people. Okay, so again, we're going to do our job because we have persistency and determination. We were all designed to be successful, just like you were. Everybody is designed to be successful because we're made in God's image. All right, He made us all. So it's like, again, everything we need is all in Him. We just got to go out and get it. You
Yes,
know,
Amen.
that's right. God has
bottom
given us everything we need. It's all here. We
line,
we have it. You know.
what I'm saying? Again, you said, "Sing, let the money come easy." That's why I can't. Well, however, that sounds good, but you know what? Again, a lot of Christians are lazy. All right, there's a
Yeah.
lot of lazy Christians out there, and yes, I said it. I don't care. That's why the church is in the state is in, and we could be a lot further ahead. So, but because
Speaking the truth.
they don't heed to the principles. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
And we don't we like we stuck. We don't like to venture outside of what we know. We have
Right.
a fishbowl mentality in the church.
Yeah.
We want to stay in our fishbowl, and we are afraid, or we're so religious we don't want to get out of fishbowl, it just means that, if you want to be successful, sometimes, man, you have to meet new friends, right? You have to meet new people. I'm not telling you to break bread with people that don't know Jesus. What I'm saying is, you have to get out your comfort zone, and you have to be willing to do something different.
Yeah.
And it's okay because you have to protect your vision. You
Mhm.
can't always share your vision with everybody. You can't let everybody know what you're doing a lot of times because then sometimes people just will be oppressed by Satan and it will cause them to put stuff in your ear and then you start to get negative. So you do want to put yourself around positive people. You want to put yourself around people that believe in what you're doing. You don't want to put yourself around people that always have something negative, that always say that you can't accomplish nothing because, when you do set out on that track to be what God has told you to do, people are going to come to try to knock you off and say, oh, this is not the right way. But you also got to be open enough to that when the Lord sends someone to guide you and show you the right way in which you need to turn, you have to be willing to listen and not have a stiff neck because
Yes.
then it may delay your blessings, right?
Right.
And I think that's our problem in the church. We depend on our pastor, and I'm not saying that your pastor may not be a good person, but your pastor may not know anything about music and social media, right? Your first cousin that ran mail for Def Jam probably ain't never made no tracks, right? He just worked in the mail room. He ain't never made he can't read no contract. You need
Right.
to go to people that specialize and can help you achieve what you're looking for. And a lot of times, if we can't help you, we will point you in the direction. Because, we always talk among ourselves to say, every artist is not meant to work with MIM because
Yeah.
we are a elite, we are an elite organization to where we are for the independent Christian artists. Not saying that, because we do have people that hit us up that are not in the church and say, hey, can they help with us? And it's not that we're knocking nobody else and we're not putting nobody down, but we have a heart to help people in the kingdom. Because so many of you are giving up hope. You don't feel like, the Lord is not with you. And guess what? Jesus is with you. You're just not doing what you're supposed to do with what Jesus is giving you. And that's why you're having a hard time to accomplish. You're sowing your money to the wind. Instead of
There you
getting that
go.
brand new car, go and pay for marketing.
Right.
Instead of getting a house right now, even I live in an apartment. I don't want no house, right? Because I want to
Amen.
still be able to do what I want to do, right? Because
Amen. Right.
it is what it is. And guess what? If you could pay for exclusive to do your music, if you don't put rims on your car, you don't put a sound system in.
Or
Like
about that new high tech gadget.
Jesus is already giving you the money that you have to move forward on whatever, but are you using it wisely,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And that's where it comes
Preach.
in to where you have to have an encourager. We are here to be an encourager for you. We're not here to always do it for you. If you say, well, hey, man, I only have 50 cents in my pocket, and we're going to say, man, you ain't ready to move forward with your music, but do this, do that, and do this.
Mhm.
Jump back and come back around, pick up an extra job, pick up
Yes.
two extra jobs. I remember one time in my life, I was working 3 jobs, man.
I was too.
Like
I've done
I
that.
was
I've done
I
that
was
too.
working at 2 fast food joints and a convenience store. Like I had 3 short change jobs to make a one little bit of check, right? But I kept that job until I was able to do better. And I remember going to my father. My father, my dad, he's still alive, but my dad was hardcore, but he was real. I went to my father because I was Kim. I wanted to get this new piano, keyboard, new workstation. It was $2,000. I'll never forget it. I
Amen,
said,
man.
Dad, I want to get this new 2000 keyboard workstation to be able to do my music. He laughed at me so hard. He was there with 2 other his friends. They laughed. You are grown, man. Why are you walking around here asking me $2,000 for a piano? If you need extra money, you need to get an extra job. And when you find out that job ain't enough, you need to go get another job. I was hurt,
That is
but my
true.
dad taught me a principle.
It's
If
true.
Amen.
I didn't have enough money, I
Mhm.
needed to hustle
And
and
it
find another
is.
job to get that extra money I was looking for. Not that that extra job is your win all to be all. It is a means to an end. If you need to do a music video and you know your music video is going to cost you between $500 and $750, then go pick up a third job just to cover you 2 videos.
Mhm.
That's it, right?
That's
It's
it.
about using wisdom. But that's what we're here for, to try to encourage you to do what Jesus has called you to do.
Yes.
There you go.
Amen. Amen.
Music. Yeah.
Amen. Praise God. You can do all things through Christ who strengthens you, guys. And
Absolutely.
it is what it is. Well, hey, look, that's going to do it for us. We thank y'all so much for, again, allowing us to be a part of your listening or your viewership and things. And we thank you again so much from the bottom of our hearts. Make sure you get at us. We love to connect with us. All right. Musicindustrymakeover.com. Go visit the website, and we'll have a consultation with you. Okay. Simone, any last words you want to say?
Well, we do what we do because we believe that Christian gifted artists shouldn't be broke. So we want to help you
Right.
out. We want to help you to spread the message that God has given you to the world. So
Amen.
let us help you do that.
Amen. All right. Rico, hey.
Hey man, I just want to say thank you. We appreciate you guys for taking this time to spend with us. We don't take it for granted. We hope you learn something, and we'll see you next Thursday.
That's it. All right. Tell a friend. Music Industry Makeover every Thursday right here at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on my page. And we got some great things that are coming. And also, if you'd like to be a sponsor of the show, hit us up. All right. We will let you know about that. Okay. Again, that's another way of marketing or advertising your product or whatever. So just something to consider. Hey, God bless y'all. We'll see you again. Keep us in your prayers. We will pray for you. Have a great weekend. And just know that you matter in the kingdom of God. So don't compare yourself or your ministry to anyone else. Just do what God's called you to do, and you'll be just fine.